Once upon a time, in the lush heart of Africa, there lay a village nestled between verdant hills and flowing rivers. The villagers, known for their wisdom and stories passed down through generations, lived in harmony with nature, their lives intertwined with the land, their spirits enriched by the traditions of their ancestors. Among them was a man named Kofi, who was known for his kind heart and hard-working nature. He was married to a gentle woman named Amina, whose beauty was as graceful as the sunset and whose spirit was as deep as the ocean. Kofi and Amina had been childhood sweethearts, their love a bright flame that had burned strong through the years. They built a small but cozy home at the edge of the village, surrounded by the laughter of children and the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Their life was simple, yet rich with love and contentment. One day, a stranger arrived in the village. She was Fatima, a woman of striking beauty and wealth, who had come to the village to visit her old friend, Zara. Fatima's arrival was like a storm in the calm waters of the village. She was elegant, sophisticated, and spoke with a voice that could captivate the hearts of men. Fatima's presence turned heads, and soon Kofi found himself drawn to her, her charm and poise like nothing he had ever known. As days turned into weeks, Kofi spent more time with Fatima, leaving Amina alone in their humble home. Fatima's stories of her grand life, her travels, and her wealth enchanted Kofi. He began to dream of a life filled with luxury, where he would not have to toil under the sun and could indulge in the pleasures he had only heard of. The bond that once held him to Amina seemed to weaken with every passing day. Amina noticed the change in Kofi. The warmth in his eyes was gone, replaced by the cold shadow of desire. She tried to speak to him, to understand what was troubling him, but Kofi's heart was no longer hers. He was bewitched by Fatima's allure, and his dreams of a life of wealth overshadowed his love for Amina. One moonlit night, as the village slept under a blanket of stars, Kofi made his decision. He sat with Amina by the fire, the crackling flames casting dancing shadows on the walls of their home. With a heavy heart, Kofi told Amina that he could no longer stay with her. His eyes, once filled with love, were now void of emotion. He spoke of his dreams of grandeur, his longing for a life with Fatima, and the wealth that he believed would bring him happiness. Amina, with tears in her eyes, listened to the man she had loved for so long. Her heart broke with every word he spoke. She had always believed that love was eternal, that it could withstand any storm. But now she saw the truth. Love was not enough to keep Kofi by her side. With a final heart-wrenching goodbye, Kofi left their home, his heart set on the life he thought he deserved with Fatima. Years passed and the village slowly returned to its rhythm. Amina, though heartbroken, found solace in the company of her friends and in the quiet moments of the day. She poured her heart into her work, her strength growing with each passing day. She became a symbol of resilience, her spirit unbroken by the betrayal she had faced. Kofi, on the other hand, found that the life he had dreamed of with Fatima was not as sweet as he had imagined. The wealth and luxury brought him no joy, and Fatima's beauty, while captivating, could not fill the void in his heart. He soon realized that true wealth was not in gold or fine silks, but in the simple, heartfelt moments shared with the ones you love. One day, as Kofi wandered through the village, he saw Amina standing by the river, her laughter mingling with the sound of the flowing water. She was not the same woman he had left behind. Her eyes sparkled with a new light, a light that came from within. Kofi felt a pang of regret, a longing for the days when their love was pure and untainted. He approached Amina, his heart heavy with the weight of his choices. "Amina," he called, his voice trembling with remorse. "I have come to ask for your forgiveness. I was blind and I let greed and foolishness lead me astray. I have realized that I lost the greatest treasure of all, your love." Amina turned to him, her eyes filled with a mix of sorrow and forgiveness. "Kofi," she said softly, "I have learned that true strength lies in forgiveness and moving forward. My heart is healed, and I have found peace within myself. I will always cherish the love we once had, but I have also learned to love myself." Kofi stood there, humbled and broken, knowing that he could never undo the pain he had caused. He left the village that day with nothing but the echoes of his past mistakes. Amina, with her heart now whole, continued to live in the village, her story a reminder to all who heard it that true wealth and happiness come not from riches or beauty, but from love, forgiveness, and the strength to move forward, no matter how hard the journey.